When you have no one but God, there comes a moment in many lives when everything familiar begins to fall away. The friends who once promised to stay drift into silence. The people you trusted disappoint you. The plans you built your future on collapse without warning. And suddenly, you find yourself in a place you never imagined, standing alone, with no one left to lean on but God. This is not a comfortable place to be. It is quiet, it is heavy, and it can feel terrifying. At first, you may ask why. Why am I here? Why does everyone leave? Why does it feel like I'm fighting life alone? But when you have no one but God, something profound begins to happen. Something that can only happen in this season. 1. The loneliness that strips you down. When people disappear, distractions fade, and noise quiets, you are left with yourself and God. There is nothing to hide behind anymore. No applause, no validation, no one to rescue you from your own thoughts. And that loneliness hurts. It forces you to confront your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. You realize how much of your confidence came from being needed, admired, or accepted by others. When that is gone, the ache can feel unbearable. But this stripping away is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal you. God removes what you lean on when He wants to show you what truly holds you. And when everything else is gone, you discover whether your faith was in people or in Him. 2. When God becomes your only source. When you have no one but God, He is no longer an option. He becomes your lifeline. You stop praying polite prayers. You stop pretending you're okay. You stop performing faith for others. Your prayers become raw, honest, sometimes desperate. You talk to God in the middle of the night because there is no one else to call. You cry in silence because there is no shoulder to lean on. You whisper prayers through tears because hope feels fragile. And yet, this is where intimacy with God deepens. Because when God is all you have, you begin to realize God is all you need. Not in a cliché way, not in a sermon quote, but in lived reality. You experience Him as comfort when no one understands, as strength when you have none left, as peace when your mind won't stop racing. You learn that God doesn't leave when life gets inconvenient. He doesn't grow tired of your weakness. He doesn't abandon you when you have nothing left to offer. 3. God teaches you who He is and who you are. When people leave, they often take parts of your identity with them. You were their friend, their partner, their support, and suddenly, those titles are gone. It feels like losing yourself. But when you have no one but God, He begins to rebuild your identity from the ground up. He reminds you that you are not forgotten, unwanted, invisible, replaceable. You are His, not because of what you do, not because of who stands beside you, but because He chose you. In this season, God teaches you that your value is not rooted in your relationships, your success, or your usefulness to others. Your worth is rooted in the fact that you are deeply loved by Him. And slowly, quietly, you become stronger, not louder, not harder, but anchored. 4. When faith becomes real. It's easy to talk about faith when life is full. It's easy to trust God when you are surrounded by support. But when you have no one but God, faith is no longer theoretical. You trust Him because you have to. You wake up some mornings with no motivation, no plan, no encouragement. And you move forward anyway, believing that God will meet you there. You keep going not because you are strong, but because He is. This kind of faith is forged, not taught. It is born in silence, in tears, in unanswered questions. And once you have it, Nothing can take it from you. 5. God's presence in the silence. Some of the deepest moments with God happen in silence, not because He is absent, but because He is close. When you have no one but God, you begin to notice Him in small ways. In the breath that calms your anxiety, in the strength to get through one more day, in the peace that doesn't make sense, in the quiet reassurance that you are not alone. The world may not see your struggle. Others may not know what you carry, but God does, and He stays. 6. This season is not the end. If you are in a season where you feel like you have no one but God, hear this carefully. This is not a sign that you have been abandoned. This is not proof that you are unlovable. This is not the end of your story. This season is a foundation. God is teaching you how to stand without leaning on people who cannot hold your weight. He is strengthening your faith so that when others come into your life, they supplement it, not replace it. One day you may look back and realize that the moment you felt most alone was the moment God was closest. 7. A quiet promise. When you have no one but God, you discover a truth that changes everything. People can leave, circumstances can change, life can fall apart. But God remains. He is the constant when everything else is uncertain, the anchor when the ground shifts beneath your feet, the presence that stays when everyone else walks away. And that kind of relationship, born in solitude, strengthened in pain, rooted in trust, can never be taken from you. So if right now you have no one but God, hold on. You are not weak. You are being strengthened. And the God who is carrying you through this season will not leave you when it is over. What happens? When God is all you have. When God is all you have, something changes inside you. You stop pretending. You stop bargaining. You stop relying on shallow comforts. Like David, you begin to pour your soul out honestly. I cried out to the Lord with my voice, "Look on my right hand and see, for there is no one who acknowledges me." Psalm 142, 1-4. These are not polished prayers. They are survival prayers, and God listens to them all. In that place of dependence, God begins to shape your faith, not as an idea, but as a lifeline. You discover that God is enough when people are not. God is faithful when circumstances fail. God is close when the world is distant. God bless you.